Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off as friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it.
We're back to another What If. Today we have the unfortunate finale. What if Gogeta took the place of Goku, and what if Vegito took the place of Vegeta? Of course, it's been fun doing this, but all good things must come to an end. Anyways, before we start, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, enjoy it. Now, shall we get started? To start things off, no Broly movie, so we just have the entire movie taking place of Gogeta, Vegeito, Piccolo, and Goku all training on Beerus' planet. Of course, I forgot to include Gogeta and Vegeito. Great way to start off the finale. I'm straight into the Monarch. It's basically the same with Gogeta and Vegeito training in the gravity chamber, and eventually mirrors coming and capturing both Boo, Gogeta, and Vegeito, bringing them all to Galactic Patrol's base. This place right here where we get our same exposition stuff and all the shenanigans here. Basically everything remains up to canon to the first meeting with Moro. Well, battle. First, like in canon, Vegeito is the one to go and take on the Moro first, well, Vegeta, but Vegeito replaces him, so Vegeito takes on Moro and actually does way better than in his, well, Vegeta counterpart. Even start to even start to raise it up to, the Kaio Cannon starts even beating him. Should have gave Vegeito a new form by now, but so he's really basically just hammering in on Moro until he starts using his magic and the power of the planet, and would eventually defeat Vegeito like he did Vegeta in canon, basically leaving him back in base. And of course, this leaves Gogeta to take him on, and here's a little surprise. There's no Broly movie, he have more time to train with Ultra Instinct, meaning he gets home and much earlier than in canon, and basically does much better against Moro than Vegeito, absolutely wiping the floor with him. Dodging most of the attacks Moro launch at him. It's not perfected, and basically I already said he was being Moro around, but that's basically how the fight is going. Moro having to make more use of his magic to hit Gogeta. But Gogeta eventually runs out of stamina, is reverted to base, and so this leads to Moro then, also taking him out and absorbing both Gogeta and Vegeito's, the power they have left, and him being so strong, he'd actually become young. Again, just without the 7-3 enhancements. Doesn't have that, he'd just be young. Because why not? First stuff from here continues on as in canon until Moro would fight Boo, and he would absolutely crush Boo in this timeline. Well, Supreme Kai not Supreme Kai, Grand Kai, or Lord of Lords, as they call him. In the manga, he would easily crush the Lord of Lords, or Boo, let's just call him Boo, and defeat him. course, this leads to Gogeta and Vegeto getting their second chance at facing him, and we all know and eventually every Galactic Patrol prisoner is released, including an extra B who will be taking over that, I assume, big blue guy. I forgot his second in command, this being Cumber. For a little backstory, this will be, well, for a little something how Cumber got there. He just exists, go crazy, and one day be captured by mirrors. Just to speed run it. Maybe I'll explain that in a different video. Anyways, Cumber will briefly have a skirmish with Gogeta and Vegeto in their bases by this point, since, well, their forms would have been drained, so, and would obviously win the fight. Of course, everyone escapes, and this leads to Vegeto going to train with the Yadrati, Gogeta going to perfect Ultra Instinct with mirrors. Moving on. Heading to the scouting mission on Earth, as I like to call it, or I think that was what it actually called. Anyways, basically when 7-3 and those other two people arrive, but they don't matter. 7-3 still fights Piccolo, and even base Piccolo, being much stronger, would easily be, well, base Piccolo without weights would easily be able to handle 7-3. Well, base 7-3 with him never getting the opportunity to grab Piccolo's neck, so never absorb his abilities. So 7-3 is pretty easily handled. So 7-3 would instead use a backup ability he had from Cumber this time, basically giving him more power. Lead to 7-3 then taking control of the fight and easily taking care of Piccolo, leads to Piccolo transforming. Piccolo is still not strong enough, with him still being easily able to knock him around, until Goku would arrive to assist Piccolo. Goku goes Mystic Blue, even though the colors aren't blue, they're more white, but hey, Mystic Blue. I think I've called this form 1,000 names by now, because I can't remember the original. Anyways, and together the two are able to take out 7-3 and use a combined blast to vaporize him, only leaving the head. Here things continue on as in canon, except for, 7-3 not being alive. So, and basically the Z-Fighters all assembling, gaining that Galactic Patrol stuff, with the Z-Fighters being much stronger, except for, of course, Roshi and Chaozu. They would be able to handle even the goons they had a tough time with, TM would be able to easily take care of that, Vegeta, Universe 7's Vegeta. Krillin and Roshi would be able to take care of that fusion of those three women, and that's about all the tough fights they had in canon. If I'm forgetting any, sorry. This leads to Cumber taking on Piccolo, the real Cumber, taking on Piccolo and Gohan, and they're actually beating him. Of course, it requires them fighting together, but they're actually beating him. Until Moro decides to, start feeding him power like he did his original, what I'm going to just say, second in command, since I don't remember his name. So it'll just start giving Cumber more power. Of course, Cumber being leagues ahead would be able to handle this and would start to bulk up and grow stronger, leading to him actually starting to, outpace and overwhelm the two. Cumber even begins to power up further and transform. Goku, seeing this, would transform himself for the final transformation of Goku. I know he hasn't gotten to shine much lately, so we'll call this one, and I swear this name will be kept, mostly because this is the only part he'll be mentioned, Primal Super Saiyan Blue, or Primal Blue for short, or Super Saiyan Primal Blue, whichever, it's just Primal Blue, let's just call it that. Cumber would still end up in his golden humanoid Desire form, as that Super Saiyan 3. Well, the tiny version. I don't know if I got the wrong image. If I did, and the two will end up battling it out. The battle is about lasts a good while, long and tough, with both being evenly matched. However, Goku for the first time in the series and only will use his head to predict basically Cumber's moves, since he's basically a brute with no fighting technique, and will use that to overpower him and eventually defeat Cumber. So apparently the image I lost of Goku facing off against Moro in Primal Blue was gone, so just pretends he's in Primal Blue and tries to fight Moro. He does give Moro a good challenge, however, ends up losing it in the end. He's still not strong enough. So Moro just end up absorbing his power too. Luckily, before it can kill him, Gogeta and Vegeta would arrive at the same time conveniently and would knock him away in, let's just say, Super Saiyan God, because why not? So Gogeta actually mastering Ultra Instinct through his training would go master Ultra Instinct, and Vegito just blew to end all and would fight Moro for the final time. Vegito actually two working together actually. Vegito using Force Spirit Fusion to basically drain all of his energy, and Gogeta being the main heavy hitter and actually, well, damaging more of dominating Moro with all of his energy, even turning him back into his old age. So with one combined blast, the two would finish off Moro. I'll say the blast attack, the one final Omega Big Bang Kamehameha final times 10. Galactic gun. And so Moro is obliterated and the Earth is saved. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the finale of the series as much as I did making it. I know I'll probably say this every video, but I truly do enjoy making each and every one of these. Maybe a few less than others, but hey, this one was actually the first I did Dragon Ball with. I don't know if I ever make a good what if as good as this one again, but well, Dragon Ball what if as good as this one again. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.